Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Peter Barber. I'm primarily a professional opera singer, music producer, bass vocalist, and the host of the podcast Vocal Arts with Peter Barber. Today, very excited, going to be checking out FallingInReverse's, cover of Last Resort, originally by Papa Roach. One of my favorite, alternative rock songs of that era. And FallingInReverse is an absolutely incredible group. Really love their music. Really enjoy doing an analysis of Watch the World Burn, which I'll include here. So I'm very excited to see what they do with this, how they change it. I know the original quite well, so I should be able to spot at least the major differences between that one and this one. Very excited to get into it. Guys, please do like, subscribe, leave a comment for the algorithm, hit the bell for notifications. And if I'm adding value to your listening experience, to your musical experience, please do consider joining my Patreon family for as little as $3 a month. It's the best way to support me, and I really appreciate that. This is a reaction and analysis, so I will be pausing to talk primarily about vocal technique, as that is where my expertise lies, but also in this case to point out differences between this one and the original by Papa Roach. But without further ado, let's get into it. I'm very excited. I've got my little keyboard here. That's probably way too high. To point out pitches when needed, these rock singers, alternative rock singers, metal singers, anyone in this kind of heavier genre often get really high and gritty, belty chest voice, and I love figuring out what pitches they're singing. But without further ado, y'all, let's check it out. And we are falling in reverse currently. God, dude, the budget on these music videos that they do.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding.
Already love it. Ronnie's voice, absolutely unbelievable. Starts out very soft and intimate, very different from the original, which is suffocation, no breathing. Like they just come out of the gate swinging. This one's much more kind of epic and cinematic. That's the word I was looking for. Cinematic. There's more orchestration. We've got this groan. We've got this drone going, kind of setting the stage. With some strings. I believe that's a cello going over top. Then we've got this we've got this moving piano part going while the voice comes in. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. So this is all very light. He does start in chest voice and then flips up into head voice for a few of those notes. Cut life in. So chest voice for the Fs, head voice for those A flats in this first passage. Obviously all chest voice there, a heavier chest voice, more vocal fold closure, right? So we're getting more power in the sound, more vocal fold efficiency in the sound, which means there's actually less air coming through because you're being more efficient with the air. This is going to add brightness and cut to the sound. It's going to add high harmonic content. And we can obviously not tell true volume or power because this is a recorded studio version. Everything's compressed, but it would be a louder sound in terms of like actual decibel reading. No breathing, don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. This is my last resort. All very light, intimate head voice, very breathy. Cut my life into pieces. Embrace my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. This is so radically different from the original. I guess that's why they're calling it Reimagined. It's like, I mean, You can obviously do this with a cover. Normally people would label this a cover anyway, but I like the idea of calling it Reimagined because they are like truly like using their imagination to create a totally different world with this piece, a totally different atmosphere, a different vibe. It's like, if you weren't familiar with the original, you might not even know it's the same, text. It's that different.
Cut my life into pieces. Erase my last resort, suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. Do you even?
It sounds like he's operating in chest voice. Surely, yeah, I believe so. It's not his powerhouse chest voice singing. It's much more dialed back to kind of go along with the atmosphere being set by the drones and the strings and this moving piano part, right? Certainly saving some power for later in the song, let's assume. But is operating in chest voice on that F4.
Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. Do you
Then flips bleeding. So that A flat and G, he does flip up into that head voice.
Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding.
You can hear how it kind of pulls off the weightiness of the sound and it gets a little more breathy. That's how you can tell, even in a highly processed environment. This is of course recorded in a studio, sound engineered, all that stuff. Based on quality of tone, that's kind of a dead giveaway for a registration shift. Often.
Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. Do you even care if I die bleeding? Would it be wrong?
And then we get a perfect contrast between the first one when he goes and the second time he goes. First one flips into head voice, second one doesn't. And listen to how obvious that difference in quality of tone is.
Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a
Here it is.
fuck if I cut my arm bleeding.
Head voice.
Do you even care if I die bleeding?
Chest voice.
Would it be wrong or it be right? If I took my life tonight, chances are that I might. Mutilation out of sight, and I'm contemplating suicide. I'm contemplating suicide.
That's an addition. They're actually adding a little bit of music, adding a little bit of space between this verse and chorus.
I'm contemplating suicide.
That repetition of the text.
'Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me.
Oh, so interesting. So starts out this kind of progression of energy. Easy on the voice, right? And he as adding weight as he's ascending, adding weight, more and more, chest dominant, basically. Probably chest the whole time.
Tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight.
Back a little more.
'Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody
Chest the whole time, just a lighter chest to start.
losing my sight.
Now adding weight, adding weight,
Wish somebody would tell me.
and then he's full chest up until this high B flat 4, where he, obviously an artistic choice, could surely carry his chest voice up that high. Then goes into a very light head voice, and I'm very intrigued to see what happens. And I keep making you guys wait. Ha ha ha.
Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. I am fine.
Chest, head voice, head voice. C sharp 5 to C5.
I am fine.
So again, carries the chest voice up to the A flat 4. Then flips for the B flat 4, C sharp 5, and C5. So I'm interested. I think I've heard him carry his chest voice up that high. I think this is all to maintain the atmosphere that he and FallingInReverse is setting for this reimagined piece. Also, I love the costuming and the whole vibe. And I think the orchestration is incredible and really changes the whole dynamic of this piece.
I am fine. I never realized I was spread too thin till it was too late and I was empty within.
God, he's got such an interesting approach. It's like, I don't know, like off mic, out of a studio, probably easier to tell. Like I said, because volume's a giveaway. But like he's using this. Usually when you carry your chest voice up that high, it like has to be powerful, an efficient use of the sound, or it's going to flip automatically into the head voice. But he's doing this thing where it's like it sounds light like head voice, but then he sings the phrase again and it becomes obviously head voice. And so I don't really know what, I can't really tell for sure what's happening. It could be that he's just that comfortable, that high in his range, which would mean he would have chest voice far higher than that. But it's genuinely difficult in this environment to tell. And you can tell also with the post-processing and audio engineering, they're trying to make those, they're doing what they can to make the timbres as similar as possible. So it is genuinely difficult to tell.
I never realized I was spread too thin till it was too late and I was empty within. Feeding on chaos and living in sin. Downward spiral, where do I begin?
This is the first we've heard him do that kind of a little bit like over darkened and like, you know, lower in his chest range. It's the first time we've heard him do that in this song, but that is a staple of Ronnie's singing to introduce that color in the sound.
Downward spiral, where do
I begin?
it all started when I lost my mother. No love for myself and no love for another. To find a lover at a higher level, finding nothing but questions
And we finally just got some of that grit, some of that really high chest belt grit.
It all started when I lost my mother. No love for myself and no love for another.
So there's your high C, tenor high C, obviously fully chest connected, very gritty sound. That's epic.
No love for myself and no love for another. To find a lover at a higher level.
All head voice there, another switch. Fascinating.
'Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine.
I like how we went. Also, orchestration's amazing. We're getting the full orchestral experience here. We went from like a really gritty belt on that B flat 4, and then came off the grit for the A flat 4. Right here. Grit, grit, grit. No grit. Same thing there. Major grit on the B flat 4, and then removes the grit for the A flat 4. I wonder, so all very gritty, awesome, epic, super cool. I wonder if this music video was inspired by Inception, because I keep thinking Inception. For those of you who've seen that movie, DiCaprio, probably my favorite actor in the world. There are scenes in that movie that look very much like this kind of grayed out city. It's in the what do they call it in the movie? It's where you can get like stuck forever, essentially. And then there's a scene at the end where all the buildings are collapsing, and that's exactly what this looks like. Cool to hear that multi-track there. So now it's totally subdued. I like how, again, we feel the stillness in the voice and the music, and we get the literal stillness in the music video as well. Very well coordinated, and that makes a big difference as far as how it's delivered to us. Chest voice, back to chest voice, adding weight, revving it up, grit. An absolutely full use of the grit, almost going off pitch at times. It's just like full on grit belt, leaning more towards the grit than the pitch even. What was I going to say? I had something else to say. Drums. There are now drums in the piece. That's it. Just sustained belt on that high B flat. This is a lot of really high chest voice belting, whether it's clean phonation or whether it's gritty. This is a lot of very high belting that Ronnie's doing. It's epic. It's kind of like the opposite of how Watch the World Burn ended, where the whole world literally set on fire. This one's like the world healing. Awesome. I love this group. I think Ronnie's an incredibly talented singer. What I kind of would have liked to hear, which I was kind of expecting, and it's kind of cool they didn't do this because people were probably expecting it, is one of like the classic FallingInReverses where they change the whole rhythm, tempo, everything, and just kind of go absolute berserk with like a huge breakdown. I was kind of waiting for them to get there, but they didn't, and that's cool. I think it's a very interesting and well done reimagining of Last Resort. Totally different song in this vein, totally different. So big respect, big love to that. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys learned something and learn to appreciate Ronnie's voice more. You know, that's the main point of my channel. Appreciation and learning about these amazing artists. That's really it. If I did, please do consider joining my Patreon for $3 a month. Really appreciate that. Join the Patreon family. And like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell if you want to see the next analysis. Guys, this has been great. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.